This video is for class 6 students of Cbse board and we are doing science chapter separation of substances. First question, why do we need to separate different components of a mixture? Give two examples. Let us have a look at different possibilities. In first case, we can separate two different but useful components. In second case, we are separating useful and non-useful components. In third case, we remove impurity or non-useful component from a useful one. Example of both useful components is separating cream from milk. Second example, useful and non-useful components, straining tea leaves from tea. Third example, useful and impurity or non-useful is removing stones or husk from rice, wheat or pulses. So our answer here will be, we separate different components of a mixture to separate two different but useful components, to remove non-useful component, to remove impurity or harmful component. And three examples are separating cream from milk, straining tea leaves from tea, and removing stones or husk from rice, wheat or pulses. Second question is, what is winnowing? Where is it used? Winnowing is used to separate heavier and lighter components of a mixture by wind or by blowing air. Farmers use this process to separate lighter husk particles from heavier grains. Third question, how will you separate husk or dirt particles from given sample of pulses before cooking? We can separate husk or dirt particles from a given sample of pulses by winnowing or by hand picking. Fourth question, what is sieving? Where is it used? Sieving is a method of separating finer particles from bigger ones by using a sieve. It is used in flour mills to separate husk and stones from wheat grains. It is also used at construction sites to remove pebbles and stones from sand. Question 5. How will you separate sand and water from their mixture? We can separate sand and water from their mixture by sedimentation, decantation and filtration. Next question, is it possible to separate sugar mixed with wheat flour? If yes, how will you do it? Yes, they can be separated by the process of sieving. Due to difference in size, larger sugar particles remain on the sieve and wheat flour particles pass through the sieve. Let us do question 7. How would you obtain clear water from a sample of muddy water? We can obtain clear water from a sample of muddy water by method of filtration. A cone of filter paper is made and fitted onto a funnel. Muddy water is poured on it. Solid mud remains on the filter paper and clear water can be collected in a beaker. Question 8 is fill up the blanks. The method of separating seeds of paddy from its stalks is called threshing. Next, when milk cooled after boiling is poured onto a piece of cloth, the cream or malai is left behind on it. This process of separating cream from milk is an example of filtration. Question C. Salt is obtained from seawater by the process of evaporation. Question D. Impurities settle at the bottom when muddy water was kept overnight in a bucket. The clear water was then poured off from the top. The process of separation used in this example is called sedimentation and decantation. Ninth question is true or false. A mixture of milk and water can be separated by filtration. It is a false statement. Both are liquids, so both will pass through filter paper. Next, a mixture of powdered salt and sugar can be separated by the process of winnowing. Again, false statement. Winnowing is done to separate components where one of the components is very light. For example, husk and grains. Question C. Separation of sugar from tea can be done with filtration. Again, false statement, as sugar will get dissolved in the tea and it will get filtered with the tea. Question D. Grain and husk can be separated with the process of decantation. Again, a false statement, as grain and husk are both solids. For decantation, you need one component to be liquid and other one has to be insoluble in the liquid. So, grain and husk cannot be separated by decantation. Our 10th question is lemonade is prepared by mixing lemon juice and sugar in water. You wish to add ice to cool it. Should you add ice to the lemonade before or after dissolving sugar? In which case, would it be possible to dissolve more sugar? Ice should be added to lemonade after dissolving sugar in it. At higher temperature, more sugar gets dissolved. So, more sugar will get dissolved before adding ice.